Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Hare Krishna, dear Prabhus and mothers. I'd like to welcome you to this session of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. For last, I would say 3 weeks, we could not study because we had Shivaratri 1 week and we had Madhacharya's life. Then we had Gaur Purnima. So we talked about last, I would say, 4th session. So we'll begin from where we left last time. So let us begin by invoking the auspicious prayers to Lord Vasudev, the predominating deity of consciousness, who can help us to see the Lord's presence in every pages of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritam naranchaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayesu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukankarati Vachalam Pangur Langayate Girim Jat Kripa Tamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Paramananda Madhavam Let us have a refresh of this chapter because 1 month, last 4 session, we did not do it just to catch up. So this chapter, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, out of his affection, he is giving the cream of the cream of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So it began with the first sloka, which is beautiful, that the Lord is revealing the secret. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself is speaking. Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshami anusuyave. Gyanam vigyanam sahitam jadgyatta mokshase ashubhat. So Lord Krishna said, this is most confidential knowledge in both its intellectual and experiential dimension. And I will impart it to you. And I will impart this confidential knowledge to you because you are qualified. What is the qualification? You are non-envious. Very interesting. Non-envious. And when you understand this knowledge, then you will be delivered from all inauspicious and you will get devotion towards me, for me. Arjuna asked the question, why is this knowledge so confidential, so special? Why? So Lord Krishna says, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Every word is very significant. This is confidential because it is the king of all knowledge. And it is a king of all secrets. Now, why it is king of all secrets? Because it purifies to a extent that every conditioned soul, by hearing Bhagavad Gita and serving the Lord, they will reunite with him through service. And it is also the most confidential in a sense. It's directly realizable through personal experience. Righteous, joyfully practicable and imperishable. So then question comes that if it is receiving this knowledge, this is very confidential, what to do with the non-enviousness in this case? Why somebody has to be non-envious to receive this knowledge? It's very good logic. So then Lord Krishna says, because the envious are faithless. There is a synonyms. Those who are envious to God, they are faithless. Now, question may arise, what do you mean envious? How do you know somebody is envious or not envious? So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, a different devotee actually create this wonderful explanation. Bhaktivinoda Thakur made it very clear that you can detect and check yourself if you are envious or not envious. So he gave many points and I put number on it. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, if you don't make offenses to the Vaishnavas or devotees of the Lord, that means this is the first symptom. Okay, you're not envious because you don't commit offense. Second, you don't consider demigods to be independent from Krishna. And you see them, they are inseparable, at the same time they are not competitive, competing with Krishna. Rather, they are appointed officers by Krishna. You show respect to all the acharyas in the disciplic succession. You show respect to all the scriptures that our acharyas are respecting as a Shruti Praman. Those writings that depicts bhakti to Krishna. Also, if you don't argue, unnecessary argue, and develop the faith that holy name and the possessor of the name are non-different. But if you see they're different, that means you are still envy. Of course, some of you may be thinking like, how is the definition? Envy applied to this. Like for an example, Prabhupada gave people are envious to the cows. I was thinking how people are envious to the cows. Cows eats grass. I never thought of competing with the cows to eating grass or taking their grass away. Well, that's true. In one sense, envy means when someone has a rightful ownership to possess something and you don't allow that person to possess that in your mind, even though you did not give them. Really, you have nothing to do, but they inherited money or whatever, they have some possession. But in my mind, I don't allow. So generally, we think this is what envy means in this world. Somebody has something, I don't like him or her to have that. It should be for me. Why her or him? But when Prabhupada says envy to the cows, then one lecture Prabhupada said, everyone has a right to live. Cows are also citizens, not only human beings. Cows also have a right to live in this world, but in my mind, or in some people's mind, they don't allow cow to live. They want to kill them to eat. They are envy. So as long they are envy or eating this kind of meat, they will never understand Bhagavad Gita. They can read it, but they will not understand. Of course, then you can ask the question, how come we are distributing the books? Who we are distributing? Are we checking, sir? Do you eat meat? If you are, then I cannot sell. No, we don't ask that way. But obviously, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very merciful, and Prabhupada is even mercy representative of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu according to Prabhupada. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh, amar aggai guru haiya taro ei desh. That Mahaprabhu says, whoever you meet, he did not say pre-qualification, prerequisite, nothing. He said, whoever you meet, you please tell them about Krishna's instruction. Uh, think of Krishna, chant Krishna's name. Here is Bhagavad Gita. So we are following Mahaprabhu. From that sense, we are okay. What we are doing, and we should do that. We should distribute books. Here, they are everywhere. But still, the question comes that cows had a right to live, and if we don't allow, that means we are envy. So then also, do you have a faith in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra that Shastra depicts? Do you believe that holy name is superior, is Krishna, Supreme God, not is equal to some pious activity like austerities or vows? So these are the criteria. If we align with it, that means we are non-envy. That time, our hearing of Bhagavad Gita, we can see the result. It will affect us. When we hear, it will affect us. Non-envious mentality, it will definitely affect us. So we should check in a sense, like how much faith we have. Because faith is big deal. Faith is required to understand Bhagavad Gita. In order to see Bhagavad Gita affecting our consciousness. Now, question is, if we don't have faith and we hear Bhagavad Gita, we will not get much? No. Number 3, if you look at the verse number 3, it says, Asraddha dhana purusha dharma shasya parantapa aprakpamam nivartante mrittu sangsara vartmani. So if we don't have strong faith and we hear Bhagavad Gita, we will be hovering in this world. So it is very important that we develop faith, trust, Srila Prabhupada's translation and his explanation, and act on it. An easy way to act on it, actually, from the good association of devotees. Then Arjuna says, what is that knowledge that you're going to impart? You said, I have to have a faith, I am non-envious, and people have to have a faith. What is this knowledge? Then Krishna gave a hint on text 4 that it is the knowledge about the mysterious relationship that I have with the world. This whole universe is pervaded by me in my unmanifest form, and all beings abide in me, yet I do not abide. It's very wonderful, that verse. Arjuna's question was, what is the mysterious about that relationship? Can't it be like open secret? Why it is mysterious? So Krishna replied that because simultaneously all beings don't abide in me, though they rest in me, but they don't burden me. Behold my mystic, Pashyame Jogamaishwaram. Pashyame Jogamaishwaram. Behold my mystic opulence. Although all beings are in me, but I'm not in them. I exist beyond them as their source. Why it is so complex? Arjuna asked, can you explain this complex relationship with some example that I can get? That you are in them and not within them. You exist beyond them as their source. Everything sustained by you, contained within you, but you are not contained in them. You are beyond them. This is very complex. Is there a explanation? Some example can be given, and Krishna did give explanation with the example. Krishna says, think about this, contemplate this. As the mighty wind, while going everywhere, still abides within the sky, so do all living beings, while moving by their free will, abide within me. I saw in the village in India a cow being tied up with the nose with a pole, and it has a room to go 20 feet. They do also in the village to the goats, different cows and goats, and they have a room to go within 20 feet circle. So they have a free will within 20 feet, whatever they want to do. But they can't go more than 20 feet. The rope will not allow. Until the cowherd man take them to another location and put the stick there. So actually, Prabhupada and Mother, if you really think very deeply, our free will is limited. If I want to fly right now, I cannot fly. This body does not allow me to fly. Bird can fly. So you have to like transmigrate to get little facility here, there. It's not worth it. There's always incomplete. Arjuna's question is very legitimate. When Jivatma act according to their free will, how do they abide within you? They are constrained with the boundaries of time. So the rope that I mentioned, it is like a time. How far can you go? Oh, time of death has come. Okay, you are done. You can't go beyond that with this body. You have to stop and take another and begin your journey again. It's like time at the end of the cosmic age or kalpa, all living beings, text 7 it says, they go to my nature at the start of a new kalpa. Bhutta praliyate. Arjuna's question was, aren't such cycle of unmanifestation and manifestation just the work of the material nature, Maya? Maya Devi is doing it. And Krishna says, yes, but nature belongs to me. Acting through my material nature, it is I who send forth the entire multitude of being again and again. While going through this cyclic manifest and unmanifest state, all living beings are powerless, being under the power of material nature. If you send living being into this world of suffering, aren't you implicated by their bad karma or responsible of their committing bad karma? Lord Krishna is so genius. He says, those actions never bind me. my dear Arjuna, because I am seated in their heart as a neutral. I am unattached to this, what we call in our Vaishnava language, or Prabhupada translate as Jukta Vairagya. This is what ISKCON devotees are doing. We work hard. Devotees wake up so early, chant, and do so much service every day. But they are not attached to anything but Krishna. For Krishna's pleasure, they're doing. So, if you are neutral, what is your role in the working of material nature, Arjuna asks? Krishna says, I am the overseer. Under my supervision, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Shuyatesha Charachara. Under my supervision, material nature gives rise to all being, moving and non-moving within its rule. Arjuna, the universe revolves, living beings function within the boundaries of material nature and are held accountable by its laws, such as the law of karma. When you are the overseer of the material nature, why doesn't everybody understand your divine position? It's a very legitimate question. Like Srila Prabhupada, we know his position, so we pray. And he is visible in his murti, through his pranam mantra, like that. So Arjuna asked that question, since you are overseer, why not everybody understand and accept your divine position? Krishna is so geniusly depict that. Because some people are deluded, they despise and deride me when I manifest in human form. They don't know my nature as the Supreme Lord that of all that exist. Then Arjuna asks, what is their fate? If they don't know your nature, what is their fate? Krishna reply in the text 12, their hopes, their actions, their knowledge are all futile. Whoa. Because their consciousness is misdirected. They end up abiding in fiendish and demoniac nature. What are the characteristics of those who do not understand your divine position? Now, this is one category who don't accept Krishna as a supreme God, who doesn't accept even Krishna when he came to this world, appeared this world, lot of they did not accept. They saw him but didn't accept. They heard about him, didn't want to accept. Then there is another category of people who accept him. Mahatmanastu mam partha doibim prakritim ashrita. And there is another category of people, they are called Mahatma. Who are the Mahatmas? The devotees in ISKCON, you can see. Why? Because they are great soul. How? Because they abide in my divine nature. They worship me single-mindedly. They know me as the imperishable source of all beings. How would you express their characteristics, that they are great soul, they are ISKCON devotees? I mean, Arjuna didn't say ISKCON devotees, but same thing. They are great soul. All the devotees are great soul. Because we take shelter of internal potency. So Krishna reveals what they do. They glorify me constantly. They endeavor with firm vows. They honor me with devotion, staying ever steadfast in worshipping me. So wonderful. Between these two extremes of those who deride you and who adore you, means those who love you, my Lord, and those who don't like you or don't accept you as you are, is there another group beside these two? Krishna says, oh yes. That's why this text 15 is very interesting. Ekattena prithakattena bahuda vishyato mukham. There are those who try to gain knowledge by performing sacrifices. They arrive at three conception of the divine as the oneness, ekottena, of all existence. As the, it's interesting how Krishna is so kind. I mean, we generally put them down. Oh, these are impersonalists, this. They even worship Krishna to merge in him. Hey, I'm worshiping you, I'll become you. What? It's hilarious if you really think of their mentality. I don't know how they think. It's very scary, like, I'm worshiping you to become you. So it's a question is, so what happened when you arrived there? They also accept guru. They have guru. I said, so what happened when you arrive in the spiritual realm to see you guru? Well, he also blend in. I will blend in. So we all become inseparable, something like that. It's very, I don't know. It's very, doesn't sound good at all. I'm not putting down, but Lord Krishna accepted them as a worshipper. He did not say they are devotee, but he said they are worshipper. And Prabhupada, interestingly, in the purport, he writes there is a three category, and then he gives a sequence who is better than who. They arrive three conception, oneness of all existence, multiplicity of the deities, multiplicity like, you believe your God, I believe my God, respect each other, something like that. In this world like that. And I mean, Prabhupada so kindly says that pure devotee like Jesus Christ, Muhammad, he did say, Prabhupada said a couple places. So they are also devotee. They, according to time, place, circumstances, they reveal God's opulence to a limit that people can relate, people can take. Uh, when you have a mm, testimony like, or you have some rules like don't marry your cousin. What kind of rules is that? So obviously they were marrying their cousin. Old Testimony, you can see those things are there. Uh, so according to audience need, audience maturity, they deliver what they can digest, what they can take. You can't give everything at the same shot. That's why in Bible it says that I have more things to give you, but you are not ready. Supper before Jesus left this world, he did say that I have more things to say, but you are not ready. Arjuna's question is, what is lacking if sacrifice lead to the conception of the divine as oneness? Krishna replies, those performing such sacrifice don't know that the oneness that underlies and unites all aspect of the sacrificial ceremony is me. It's a wonderful. Krishna says, I am the rituals, I am the sacrifice, I am the offering, I am the healing herbs, I am the sacred chant, I am the clarified butter, I am the fire, I am the pouring out. What is lacking? What is bad? Anything missing? No. So wonderful. Krishna is trying to bring them to personal concept of him. That look, you are attached to this. Actually, this is me. Of course, we don't say, I mean, in one sense, whole creation is Krishna, but we say it is Krishna and Krishnas. Monotheism, not monism. Monotheism means God exists. He also creates. He also does many things, but he exists separately from his creation also. Like I mentioned, Genesis, it says, God created heaven and earth. That means he existed before heaven and earth. And after creating heaven and earth, he also exists separately from heaven and earth. So what is Krishna consciousness or ISKCON's view is we are not, I mean, we glorify God's creation, but we're not interested to have our own existence separately from God's service. We say we want to become his family member. And that's what Prabhupada says in one lecture. Our goal is to become Lord's family member, like majestic aspect of God and sweet aspect of God. Majestic aspect is God the judge. We are not going to take a lawyer and present our case in the court of the Lord so we can live without sinful reaction or other. Rather, we say we want to be with the judge, the supreme judge, but in his family life, not in the court. Family member means we have fun with the Lord. We live there as his friend, as his servant. Any relationship that pleases the Lord, we want to please him and be with him. That's why this is a very confidential. In one sense, ISKCON preaching is actually for everybody, but to some extent, they have to dive in more secretly. Means they have to be entering into the devotional school with a service attitude. They have to serve, they have to chant, they have to follow frugality principle. Then they will be able to enter into this confidential relationship with the Lord. Question Arjuna raised, how do you sustain existence? As Krishna's, well, before that Krishna says, Arjuna says, what other ways you, the oneness that unifies existence? It's very interesting. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshinivas, Saranam Surit Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Abhayam. This is nice. Prabhus and mothers, we should think Krishna philosophically first. More we think philosophically means whatever we think of Krishna, make sure it is recommended by Srila Prabhupada translation from Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. We are not going to speculate, mental speculation. No, we are going to just follow according to what it says. When Krishna says, I am the goal, I am the sustainer, I am the master, I am the witness, I am the abode, I am the refuge, I am the most dear friend, I am indeed, I'm the creation. Prabhava pralaya sthanam nidanam bijam abhayam. treasure house, I'm the imperishable seed, I'm the annihilation, I'm the creation, I'm the foundation. Wow, where do you exist without this? So you can talk to Krishna, say, my Lord, you are the creation, you are the annihilation, you are the foundation. Where am I going? I'm not going anywhere, I'm with you. At least start talking with Krishna. Let's start talking with Krishna every day. This is required. This is required. So then Arjuna asks, how do you sustain existence? Then Krishna very nicely says, I give heat and I withhold, send forth the rain. I am the ultimate cause of death and immortality as well. I am the ultimate cause of enduring spirit, ephemeral matter, Arjuna. Arjuna's question is, what is lacking if those who perform sacrifice end up conceiving the divine as the multiplicity of deities? Krishna nicely explained that they don't know that it is me whom they are worshipping. When they are appeasing various deities, when they study the Vedas, drink the Soma juice, become cleansed of sin, perform sacrifices to the gods, seek heaven as their goal, they attain purity, reach the world of Indra, enjoy celestial godlike pleasure. Now, is Krishna promoting the heaven? Arjuna's question is, what's wrong with such attainment? Krishna is so kind. He said, yes, they can attain those, but it is temporary. Though they enjoy huge pleasure in heaven, you can say, Nandan Kanan garden, all these explanations are there. But they have to come back here, fall back to earth once their credit card finish, means their pious credit. Just like you go for a vacation, if you run out of money, you will be out from the hotel. They will not host you or provide anything if you don't have any more money. Similarly, you develop pious credit, you go to heaven, but you'll be kicked out once that credit is out. Kicked out in a sense, you may say, oh, that sounds really harsh. It is harsh, believe me. You don't hear much how they come down. And I read few places, like Brahmanda Puran has a story of how when you come down from heaven, it's really hellish. Extreme pain to come down or fall down from heaven. You are so depressed that you even forget yourself that you have a heavenly body and you are forced to get out through the exit door. As soon as you get out, the global worms start eating your body. You are not even aware because you are so depressed. You are deprived of that happiness. You are like, go to a state that extreme depression. If you ran out of completely, you ran out of pious credit, it's very sad. You, you drop with the rains from the cloud, from the heaven, through the cloud, back to this world in a aquatic life. If you have some pious credit left, like some money left still in the credit card, you can still rent a car and go back to a place to stay when you come here. And if you really don't have anything left, you are really horrible situation. You start again. But those who have some memory of frustration, they don't want to be part of this karma. Prabhus and mothers, that's why the Gyani are born. Originally, Gyanis are not here. First is karma. Karma also starts with the human body, not animal body. So we come as a Brahma. Prabhupada also said that I found also another fourth canto explained that our first birth in the material world as a human, where the karma began. But then some of us, I mean, I am also here, so some of us means all of us here, because it's been 50 years of Brahmaji, and one, I mean, that's a huge calculation, trillions of years. I don't know how you can even think about it. So we've been all the species, heaven, hell, everywhere. We went through. We don't need to have a trust. Believe me, you went through everywhere. This is a life as a human life. We should get out by engaging ourselves in bhakti, by chanting Hare Krishna, understanding the philosophy, surrendering to Him, be conscious of the Lord's relationship with everyone and everything. Become a good devotee. Becoming devotee means under guidance of another senior devotee, and perform devotional service daily under the guidance of devotional scripture like Nectar Devotion Prabhupada gives, and learn to surrender, the most important part. And Krishna says, share this knowledge with others. If we do this, Hari Bol, you will enter into Golok Vrindavan and you don't have to come back to this material world. So then, what is the difference? Arjuna is saying that if you say, okay, going to heaven, it's temporary, they have to come back, it's not worth it. How can they attain something more enduring? Then Krishna really nails down to the point. They need to worship me. For those who keep their thoughts on me without deviating, those who serve me without wavering, I become the provider. Beautiful verse 22. Anannas chintayantamam ye jana parjapasate tesam nitta vijuktanam yogoshkema bhamyaham. Who serve me without wavering, I become the provider of what they don't have and protector of what they have. Arjuna's question is, when you are the source of everything, including all the gods, is their worship entirely disconnected from you? Krishna answered, yes, people who faithfully worship the gods also worship me, but they do in abhidhi purvakam, wrong way. Means they will not get the good result. What are they ignorant of? They are ignorant of, Arjuna, my supreme position. I am undoubtedly the enjoyer and master of all sacrifice. Those who don't recognize me in truth, they will fall down. Chabbantite. Hami sarva jagyanam bhukta cha prabhureva cha. When the worshipper of the gods attain heaven, why are they considered fallen? It's a very legitimate question, isn't it? Krishna answers, because worship of any being other than me takes the worshipper to only a temporary destination. Be at the realm of gods, demigods, attained by those who worship the gods. The realm of ancestor. Janti devo bratana devan pitrin janti pitribbata bhutani janti bhuteja abhimajjajima. Very nice. The realm of ghost, attained by those who worship ghost. You may think like, who are the people who worship ghost? You don't have to go too far. South. Florida, Miami area. There are so many. I was told by Bhutta Bhavan Prabhu, because his father was involved also. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, they do, right now I'm talking about voodoo worship. And their ancestor or the family who came to America, they do in South Florida. You don't have to go to India or Amazon forest to find those ghost worshipper or people worshipper. They do right here in America. Everything Krishna says is all correct. We just have to be aware. That's all. So then question, Arjuna asks, how can you be worshipped them? Krishna says very simple, very simply. Those who offer me patram pushpam phalam tuyam jo me bhakta prajachati tadaham bhakta parita asnami prajatatmana. The word asnami is very significant. Krishna says, I eat, I accept and eat them. Why? Because even though it is not the things that they offer only, it is in the mood, service attitude to please me, to offer me, for me. They cook for me. They offer with tulasi leaf to me. Because they do this bhakti, devotion is there. I eat, I accept from them. Is there any other way they can worship? Yes. Jat karoshi, jat snashi, jat joshi, dadashi, jat tapasyashi kunteya tatkrusya madarpanam. Through all activities, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give away in charity, whatever you perform in austerity, Arjuna, dedicate it all to me. Arjuna asked a very secret question. What is the result for those who act in this way? Krishna gave a very clear answer. They will be liberated from the bondage of karma, Haribol, which manifest as good and bad fruits, being established in yogic connection with me, steadied by renunciation. They will attain complete liberation and come to me. Arjuna asks question, for whom, my Lord, are such opportunities for liberation available? Krishna, very straightforward, he says, for everyone. I'm equal to all living beings. No one is disliked by me, nor is anyone preferred by me. Wait a minute. The devotees are very dear to him. Yeah, the second line he says, those who worship me with devotion are in me and I am in them. So everybody cannot claim that. Krishna is dear to all living beings, but those who worship him, follow him, they are dear to him. They live with him. Does everyone even include those who have done terrible misdeeds? Yes. Even if grievous wrongdoer worship me with undivided devotion, they are to be considered righteous. And we talked about it for 2-3 weeks. Because this is one of the verse that confuses, even after 30 years, even after 100 or 1,000 years, they will still ask the question. But of course, Prabhupada gave a very good one. One should not take advantage of this verse. But at the same time, not everybody understand. Just like in South India, Hyderabad temple, when Prabhupada went there, South Indian Brahman, he says, they're just chanting Hare Krishna, that's it. That's a simple way. Prabhupada says, yes, they may not be getting up with the mantras that you do and you do some kind of this puja to Ganeshji, this puja to Shiva, this puja to that, this, that, and then finally you come to Vishnu worship. and you do little puja to Vishnu. They may not be doing, and Prabhupada directly said, these Western boys and girls, young boys and girls, they may not be doing like the way you do, but they have a one point. They dedicated and they worshiping Krishna with one straight, clear understanding that he is Supreme Lord and they're trying to please him under their Guru's guidance. Because they are one pointed, they are considered sadhu. Apichetu suduracharo bhajate ma mananna bhaks. This is very important. Sadhu reva samantava. You have to consider them sadhu. Prabhupada put it just like that. Therefore, these young boys and girls, they are saintly. Sadhu, period. Of course, we discussed that Bhaktivinoda Thakur says how this next verse relate that if you consider them sadhu, because even somebody accidentally do mistake or something, but he or she is stick to the principle and kept going, even though they maybe you can say tumbled or little bit, what the Jesus says, the difference between devil and the saint, the both may fall down. But one who stays fallen is devil mentality. One who get up and keep going, he's still saintly. So we may not be consistently persistent, you can say, but we are resilient. We get up and keep going. Krishna says they are saint, they are sadhu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says anybody accept this, he or she will become sadhu also. That's very nice. Kipram bhavati dharmatma sasya chanti nigacchati. Konte pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So we stop there and we're supposed to start here, but time is just up. And this is actually last 3 verses left. So next week definitely we'll finish it. Does everyone include even those who are low-born due to their past misdeed? Then Krishna going to answer very nicely. Yes. So this is very important. Okay, we have 1 minute. Any comment or takeaway or any? Yes, Mother Sankari Devi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my most respectful obeisances at your lotus feet. My pranams to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhu, one interesting thing, we always hear this, that in animal life there is no karma, only human beings incur karma. So Prabhu, that means if I have come to the, so say the point between one human life to another human life, our karmas are suspended in between. So
one human life to another human life. When you glide down from human life, when the soul, due to his attachment or reaction, that he's forced to experience another body lower, where there is a, there are a lot of human also takes the body of a trees, rocks, because they are tired, exhausted of this existence. They don't want to surrender. They want to still maintain, or they want to disappear from the world. So they go like that. So for them is a very big deal. When they come back, we don't know. Only Krishna knows. Krishna has a relationship with them. It could be forever. Forever also limited. It could be billion, trillion. But generally, from human life gliding down, if they're devotee, it's different. Krishna in charge. In charge in a sense, Krishna is in charge for everyone. Krishna personally take care of that. Like in Jara Bharat case we discussed, that Krishna actually reminded him as a deer, no deer remember their past deeds. But Jadabharat remembered, so he intensified his craving. Oh my Lord, I did so big mistake. I want to come back. So Krishna gave him a chance, and next life he really so alert. He doesn't want to act. Even a normal Brahman, he's born in a Brahman family, but he doesn't want to act because he is want to stay in that transcendental position. But for others, those who are gliding down due to the sinful, they will go through some life, but it depends on their, if they don't have any interest to act as a human. Now, the question is, if their activities is tamasic, they will go down lower and lower. If their activities as a human rajasic, then they will keep coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. Sattik, they will go up. So it depends on each one. We cannot just say where they're going to go, when they're coming back. In third canto, I remember reading on Kapil Dev's one purport. Prabhupada writes that if someone stepped down from a particular dynasty or particular family or something to other species, when they come back to human, they come back to the same family. Interesting. So Prabhu's and mother, be nice to your relative, give them some prasadam, give them some books. We have a responsibility to deliver them. Prabhupada had a little emotion when you can read on the fourth canto, Dhruva Maharaj's case. When Dhruva Maharaj saw that airplane came from Vaikuntha to pick him up, he asked for his mother. Where's my mother? And they said, hey, look at that airplane before you. She's being taken. She's going there also. So Prabhupada says, he was, of course, out of humility and also maybe spiritual emotion. He was saying, I wish one of my disciple would take me like Dhruva Maharaj taking his mother. It was very nice. So it's very nice. We have a responsibility of our family and relatives that we should give them Krishna consciousness, not by force, but by loving way, some way. Alachua temple is the best example of that because they make some cookies, cakes, all these things you can give to your family members and they will get spiritual boost. Don't expect them to join this life. It's all right. But as long you give them some spiritual life begin, they will join next life or life after. They will come back as a human because you cannot practice Krishna consciousness in an animal. It has to be conscious choice. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu, it makes sense, but ultimately, I think this whole permutation and combination of karmas as to
Yes.
which body, how it's quite it's very complex.
It is
Very
complex, but guess what? The demigods, they are genius. They know exactly who did what, and they put it. It's like they have a whole computer science. That's why that verse, if you read it, it says, Karmana daiva netrena jantur deho upavatti. Yeah. Divine arrangement. It's a very nice question. Thank you. Mother Krishna Manju.
That you told that's in your within your relatives or anybody that's you can give them Krishna consciousness, but if they don't want to accept or not at all in any respect, they don't want to cooperate, so what you should do or I should do or we should do?
It's very simple. You just have to think how to benefit them. First, you have to make your decision and you pray to Lord. I haven't found anybody who doesn't like prasadam.
Prasadam also, sometimes they take, sometimes they don't take. So
That's all right. You
keep
can
doing that.
take
I
some
do like it.
prasadam flower. Say, look at this, smells so good. I did this even here in the gas station. I said, this smells so good, this gardenia from our garden. And this guy is a stranger. He said, really? I said, yeah, smell it. And he smelled it. Oh, yeah, it's a smell good. I said, you can keep it. I have some more. So you can,
So that affects also.
of course, Krishna smelled it. They're smelling his remnants. They're already entering into the school of bhakti. It may take little time, but it's okay. You never know. Krishna will guide them further. We have to initiate first. If you pray, Krishna will give you the intelligence how to infuse Krishna consciousness
I
to
just
all.
keep bringing the prasadam. If they don't eat, I just eat later on. But I try to bring the prasadam and garland from the temple.
There are many ways you can do. Many ways. There's many ways you can give them, introduce Krishna consciousness. No need to by force. No need.
Yeah, that's why I don't try first. Very beginning, I just try to tell them this.
But if you
From
care for them, they know, they feel your care. When you care for somebody, they can feel and they will reciprocate. We are not here policing, like, did you get it? Who didn't, who get it? Like, we don't have to police, like, we just have to give out of affection. Like mother knows how to give the bitter medicine to the child. Spoonful of
but
sugar.
that's the child, but adult is different. When the
No, it's
child
the same. It's the same. Whether it's adult or not adult. Devotees are like a mother, real mother. They care for the soul. They don't care. They are not giving so much importance of the body. They care for the soul suffering here. So they give some like this. If
so
somebody has, like even one relative was sick, I said, you can chant some Nishinga prayers and see the result. Of course, Nishingadev was very kind. He actually got out of sickness in 3 days. It was like a shock. He said it was going for a month. So you can go in a way when they need help, be there to help them like this. If there is a will, there is a way in America, they say.
that's
So,
true.
so we can just try. That's all. Thank you. It's very
Thank you so much.
compassionate mood. Thank you, Prabhus and mothers. Looking forward to see you next week. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki